for joining me in this video. In this video, I want to discuss Humanitarian and Compassionate applications, which also stands for H&C. So H&C applications are very unique. They really should be used as a last resort application. And the reason why I say this is because when you file an H&C application, just by filing the application, you really don't have legal status in Canada, unless you have legal status through other means. Let's say if you're on a study permit, a visitor visa, a work permit, or something like that. But just by filing the H&C, it doesn't give you legal status in Canada. The other thing is that H&C applications take a long time to process. So usually within a couple of weeks, you should get an acknowledgement to say that the application is received. After that, an H&C application can take 2 to 5 years to process. And during that time, really you don't have legal status, which kind of makes you wonder what's going to happen to you in Canada. The steps of an H&C really is within a couple of weeks you should get an acknowledgement that your application is received. After that, the immigration officer will contact you and hopefully will approve the application in principle. Now that can take a couple of months, if not a couple of years. Once you have the H&C approved in principle, which means really they're approving the first stage of the application, then you are eligible to apply for an open work permit. And then with that open work permit, you can then legally work in Canada and kind of piece your life together a little bit. Just by getting the first stage approved, it does not mean that the final decision will be approved. It just means that while the application is in process, you can now be a productive member of society and you can start working until the final decision is rendered. Now, the example I want to say here with regards to H&C is really that your arguments have to be significant. You really have to look at all the thousands and hundreds of millions of people out there that want to immigrate to Canada. And you got to then compare your story to everyone else's story out there. So, I mean, I've had some clients who came to me and said, you know what, I want to apply for H&C because I don't have family in my home country. I really like Canada. I like the culture here and I have lots of family here. Technically, you could file an H&C application under those grounds, but the chances of you getting an application approved just on those grounds alone are very, very slim, because chances are there's hundreds of thousands of people who love Canada, who like the culture of Canada, and who don't have a lot of family where they're currently residing. Those don't really make humanitarian and compassionate arguments. So just as the word says, that your arguments have to be humanitarian and compassionate, and that despite you not qualifying under any other means, this is really your last resort to have Canada be your safe haven. So be very thoughtful and careful on the arguments you're going to make and present them thoroughly to the officer. If you have any questions about H&C applications, or if you would like us to help you with this, please do give us a call. Remember, at Akrami & Associates, there's always a way.